Hi, let me pretend like I'm not seeing you before. Uh, yeah, how you doing?
Hi, it is.
How is the UK weather? Let me ask like Nigerian parents.
Um, it's okay right now, actually. We're in spring, so it's okay. It's bearable. I still miss Lagos, but it's okay. It could never be like Lagos, but it's okay. I miss Lagos, but
What's like
it's
spring
okay.
like compared to Nigeria? Like what's
It's
spring?
like it's basically like what you guys have now. It's like cool. It's not so hot, it's not so cold, it's just in the middle.
Okay.
It
Was it
rains
raining?
sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah,
rain
it rains
sometime.
sometimes. It's really sunny sometimes. But like when it's not sunny, it's just cool. It doesn't have that like breeze, like sea breeze that Lagos
Yeah.
has to me. It's just it can be humid sometimes, can be just still air. But it's not cold like in the winter.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for educating me. Like, we hear summer, spring, this one, but we didn't really know. Like, okay,
Okay.
yeah. So let's just jump into it now. So, would you like introduce yourself, tell us your name, what you do, or just anything about you that you like to say to people, and also like what neurodivergent condition you have?
Hey. Hi, my name is Ebunoluwa Alaka Koka. You can
Yeah.
call me Cokes. I am a 32-year-old African, Nigerian, Yoruba, British, Black, neurodivergent, entrepreneurial, Leo
Okay.
woman.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria. I lived there till I was 14, and then I moved to the UK at 14, where I lived with my dad until I was 16. And then I moved. I lived in the UK till I was 28. And then I moved back to Nigeria when I was 28, lived there for about 2 years. And then I moved back to the UK, been in the UK 2 years now, and I run my own nursery.
That is awesome. I love the way it flowed. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
So the other question is like, what's your neurodivergent condition?
Yes, my neurodivergent condition. I am diagnosed ADHD. I'm a diagnosed ADHDer. But I'm also on the spectrum of autism as well. I also have been diagnosed with dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dyspraxia.
Tell us, because you just mentioned that you were diagnosed. Um, but before then, like, were you suspecting? Of course, you were for you to get diagnosed. I didn't know. Okay, I think I know. So I'm like, I have a story, an inside story. So, but then, but then I want to know, what are the signs? Like, tell people what are the signs? What does it feel like? What are the signs? Like the symptoms, the sign for you for like being having ADHD? Yeah,
Okay,
starting from
so
before you were diagnosed to
mm,
like after you were diagnosed.
so I'll start from childhood and I'll actually tell you a
Yeah,
story, right?
yeah.
How I've always known that I was neurodivergent. I was maybe like 5 or so at this point, very young. I was in Nigeria. It was after church. I went to these white garment churches, and after
Okay.
church, for like normal church culture, we would everyone would be outside after church talking, or the adults talking, the children standing
Yeah,
around listening, and all of that.
yeah.
And I remember overhearing my uncle on just next to me. He was talking to another adult, and he was saying how like he doesn't understand that there's probably something wrong with him, and he just feels like life is. Can you
Okay,
get
with
me?
him. Yeah, I can
Him,
hear you.
thing.
Okay.
And then he just feels like life is a little bit more difficult for him.
Mm.
He doesn't know, like, he just feels like he has to try harder. Like, whatever feels simple for somebody else, it just feels so much more difficult for him. And in that moment, it clicked in my body. I was like, oh, I feel like that too.
How old were you?
Maybe five, between 5 and 10, under 10,
Oh,
definitely,
okay,
but over five,
okay,
right?
okay.
And I remember being able to identify with that feeling. What he was saying resonated with me. I'm 32 now, and I still remember that as the
Yeah,
first time it clicked for me that what I was experiencing internally was real. He helped me put words to what I had been feeling. He wasn't talking to me, he was talking to another adult. And like Nigerian culture, Yoruba culture also is rude
yeah,
for like a child to like interrupt or even like get involved in conversations with adults. So I couldn't really tell him anything and I couldn't really say anything to anyone. But I knew that feeling. I was like, yes, that's the thing that I've been feeling. So all through my childhood, that feeling has followed me. And I would say that is what neurodivergence feels like. It feels like what everybody else can do pretty easily. It takes so much more energy out of me to do it, out of us to do it. Things like waking up, going to brush your teeth, take a shower. Simple thing like the simple joys of life. You just there's no joy in it for you. It takes its energy, it's work. And when you do these things, you get really tired. My childhood, it was like clockwork. So like, and I always remember, like, I was always looking forward to a point in my life where like I didn't have to get out of bed so early.
yeah,
Like it was tiring to have to get out of bed. Like my mom would wake us up like what 5 a.m. Like we'll start getting ready for school. And even as a child, I used to feel so tired in my body. Like, well, I can't wait to not have to do this anymore. So it was only in adulthood again that I realized that sleep difficulties was also connected to ADHD. It was during my research that I was able to figure out there's a condition called DSPS, sleep. It's a sleep deprivation syndrome where your body's natural circadian rhythm is disrupted and you're not able to fall asleep at a conventional time. So where I was only start feeling asleep at like 1, 2 a.m. Whereas I need to start sleeping at 10 p.m. so I can
yeah,
get together, but my body
yeah.
just can't fall asleep. So all of that is connected to ADHD, and it was only in my adulthood that I was able to identify that these were valid conditions. My entire childhood in Nigeria was undiagnosed, and I experienced social problems, cultural problems, academic problems. Just really feeling like I don't fit in. Like I always thought inside my head, like these people, like I'm different from them. I'm like they're weird to me. Like what they're doing, like it doesn't make any sense. Like
Feel that. I feel that so much.
what are people doing? So
Yeah,
I just like, but again, Nigeria being like such a homogeneous culture
yeah,
where like
yeah.
everybody
We're
like
family. Like we have to do this.
do things the same way. There's the
Yeah,
expectation that you just fit in. I just do things the way everybody
yeah.
does it. No question
Like
asked.
recently, today I was added to a group on Threads, and they were like, "Oh, want to have a Nigerian group that they're not interacting with Nigeria all the time." And I was like, that was why I left Twitter because of Nigerian interaction. Like I'm
Right?
just like,
You just like
I,
the entire
I was like,
time, like
I'm not active on Twitter because of that.
exactly. And
Uh,
that's why looking at her. Yeah. So things like asking questions, something that is very like core to neurodivergence, asking questions is not something that was welcome religiously.
yeah,
Well, there's certain questions you're not allowed to ask. So and it didn't make sense to me. Um, so yeah, I was seen academically as like defiant. I was tagged as in a gang. I had struggles academically with doing my
Yeah.
homework. I used to get beaten like every single day for not
Okay.
doing homework.
Okay.
So just things like that just have always just been a core theme for me. Just difficulty, lack of support, feeling like an outsider, and just really struggling with day-to-day life.
Thank you so much. I can relate totally to what you're saying, and I think that every neurodivergent people would be able to relate. I want to now go to like the angle that we're here for, and I want to ask the same question I asked you, but like, um, what is dating for you as a neurodivergent person? Like, how would you? What are the activities? It's not just activity, like, but like, if you want to define dating, you know, I think there's a general way to define it, which I'm not actually going to, but I want to see how you define, like, what does it mean to you to realize a commitment? Just answer the question. Like,
I think dating is companionship
okay,
for me.
what is companionship? Sorry, like, it's just,
Having somebody to do life with,
okay,
someone that sees me,
okay, the sees you. That's very
sees
deep, especially for like me, like,
someone that
very
sees
strange.
me
Yeah.
and is okay with my humanity.
Mm.
Someone
Deep.
that
Why do
understands,
I'm feeling so as you're just saying this, like giving deep, like
someone that is that understands what unconditional love is. Because sometimes you have to understand that unconditional love is loving me anyway, even when I don't serve you. Not loving me because I love you, loving me because I am a separate entity outside of you, a separate human being who you see, who you appreciate for being here. That is
makes
what
sense.
dating or relationship, that is what it means to me.
Thanks so much. Like I said, this is very, very deep. I think it's because your earlier definition or your earlier talk about feeling like an outsider as a neurodivergent person to actually um have that person that accepts you even while feeling, yeah, it's something I can relate to. Okay, I just want to ask you before I go into like, what has been the ups and downs of dating as a neurodivergent person? Like, would you say that you actively date or like frequently or like yeah, just want to give a little background. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I started consciously dating at 18.
That's like
Um,
the adult age. Did you plan it? Like,
no, it just
okay.
happened like that.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Let me just-
and I did that until I was 30.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, should I start that again?
Yeah, you were like, you started dating at 18. Yeah, just
Okay. So I started dating at 18 and I did that until I was 30. And then at 30, I decided to embark on a journey. I called it my no man year.
okay.
So for that 1 year, I didn't have any man in my life outside of my family members. I dropped my male friends,
Even your male friends, like even the
even
okay.
even my male friends.
Okay.
I literally like got on a call with them and I cried and I told them, I said, I need to do this. I need to heal my inner wounded masculine. I need to go on a journey with myself. I need to know myself. I need to see myself. I need to understand who I am. I need to analyze my patterns. I need to see what it is that I'm doing, become more aware of myself. And I need time to do that. And so I did that for 1 year. Felt like I was going to die. I'm going to be honest. It was very hard to do. Um, and then I came out on the other side, and I have continued to be celibate after that. But the actual No Mind Your journey itself, it gave me so much insight about myself and my dating patterns, so myself in relation to men, and myself um in relation to men romantically, and also in relation to men platonically. It showed me my inner masculine, my biggest masculine wound, which is my dad. I mentioned my dad earlier, and I said I moved to the UK visit when I was 14. My dad was a troubled man. He was a wounded man. He was abusive to me. So I didn't live with him for too long. But the effects of that lasted throughout my teenage years, my teenage years and my adulthood. And those wounds, it showed up in my dating patterns subconsciously. It affected my attachment style. I had an avoidance, um, anxious, avoidance, and fearful, disorganized attachment style. But I'm now doing the work to heal. I'm trying to move to a more secure attachment style. But above all, I think it has helped me become more securely attached to myself. Um, so that has been my experience dating so far. The highs of it is that dating as a neurodivergent person is like, it's a high dopamine activity. We love it.
It's
Like,
what do you mean? Like, what makes it high dopamine? Like,
because we love connection, right? We love like connecting with another human being, getting to know another person. We're very curious. So being able to explore the depths of another human being is something that's very exciting to us. Then you have the highest dopamine activity a human can experience, sex, orgasm at the end of that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like high reward as well.
yeah,
So when we meet someone and we really like the person, we literally want to like consume all of the person in like the first week. Like we want to enter the person's skin and become the
yeah.
person. Like we also can experience something called limerence, right? This is like this mental obsession with someone where they're all you think about. You want them to text you back like immediately. You want to see them every day. You want to spend every hour of the day with them. You know, it's just very exciting. It's very
Yeah,
like,
it's adventurous. Yeah.
right? It overtakes you completely. But then that wears off, and then the brain can only sustain that kind of like chemical activity for so long. And then at the end of that, there's the decline where the person who you really liked at some point becomes a normal human being to you, and you're not so interested in the person anymore.
Yeah.
So that is why you find that us neurodivergent people, we do have like chaotic dating history where
I
like
don't even know if I have it dating. Like, it's chaotic, honestly. Like, it should be a life I say I don't. It should be like, it should also be a life I say I do. Like, it's just like that.
so we that is a pattern with us. We have chaotic dating histories. Um, we will have really high dopamine moments and like really low moments. Um, so yeah, it can have that. With me personally, my like personal trauma and in relation to like my neurodivergence. So growing up in Nigeria again, like neurodivergent, there's been that trauma of like constantly getting beaten, constantly getting corrected, being tagged as negative, being seen as negative, it chips away at it chipped away at my self-esteem. That also showed up in my dating pattern, in the choice of in the way that I um was treated. I wouldn't say I allowed myself to be treated like that, but I didn't recognize my personal power early enough. I didn't realize that I could lead. I didn't have to stand for this kind of behavior. I could speak up against it. Experiencing trauma, there's research that says that neurodivergent children are like 12 times or so as likely, more likely to be corrected in childhood. So like that negative constant messaging of like bad, 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 you did this is not good, you did that is not good. It makes us like internalize that feeling. And so when we enter like dating dynamics, because we think that we are bad, when a dating or romantic partner um so it puts us at risk of being abused in romantic relationships as well, because when we experience the misfortune of meeting an abusive person, we're not able to recognize what they're doing early on as abuse, because it mirrors all of what we have experienced in our childhood. So those that is what I would say is the downside of dating as a neurodivergent person.
So I want to ask for hold on please. Okay, can you like share an experience where your ADHD or both but or like also autism that you're suspecting has like showed up in a relationship of yours? Like one instance. Okay.
I'll give you the up and a down, right?
Okay, yeah.
Let me start with the down because I came
Okay.
first, right?
Okay.
So early on in my dating history, I was 19. I was dating this older guy who was Nigerian. He was 26, 27. He was my type, Nigerian, rich. He had his own house, he was older, drove a nice little Benz. And so I really liked him. Um, it was again early on in my dating history because I'd and that this is where the autism part shows up, right? Because I also experienced difficulty with feeling emotion, alexithymia, feeling and processing emotion. So, for the most part of my early dating history, like I was emotionally numb. I didn't feel anything, and I started to feel a bit weird about it. Like, I feel like this life stuff is supposed to feel different. Like I'm supposed to be feeling something. Like something is supposed to
Yeah.
be. And so when I met this guy, I didn't initially like him, but then I decided to like him because like he's my type. Like, why not? Let
Yeah.
me like him. So then I like this guy, but then again, my relational trauma, my history, my attachment, insecure attachment showed up in that. And I ended up liking him more than I liked myself. So that did I experienced a lot of terrible situations in that. One of those situations that I experienced, and I'm gonna tell you because this I posted it on Twitter before and it has gone viral. So this guy, Mike, again, early dating history. I was still in
Yeah.
my very conditioned phase, Nigerian girl, good girl, go to your man's house, cook for him, clean for him, all of that. So I'd gone to this guy's house and I'd done his laundry, right? And then the day after I was taking the laundry off the rack.
Mm.
And as I was folding his clothes, I noticed that there was a girl's clothes that I was folding. So I'm like, guy, come, what's all this? Like, why is this happening? And he's like, oh, why am I disturbing him? Like, oh, it's his ex's stuff. They fought, they don't talk anymore. That's why her stuff is still there. And that me, if I'm so bothered by it, me too, I should bring my own clothes. I should put in the house.
Okay. Sorry for the laugh. But
No,
yeah.
see,
Hey, Nigerian man. Hi.
that is what he had to say to me. And to think that after that situation, like I still stayed with him. Like there was so many
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
scenarios like that that was just a reflection of like how, again, partly like due to my conditioning. I was young, I was naive, I
Yeah.
was gullible. I didn't want to argue too much. And I also am
Yeah.
someone that I don't like fighting. I don't like arguing. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's
I like
stressful.
peace. Yeah, it's like I don't have energy for that. I barely have energy to live. Why am I gonna come here and then come and fight again? Like,
I
bro,
feel you,
please
my
free
sister.
me. I don't have
Yeah.
time for this. So
Yeah.
I'm not someone that likes to fight. So I stayed with that guy longer than I really should have been there. Eventually I did like snap out of it and I was like, yeah, this is not working for me. Not doing this again ever. And then there was a high part of that. So my full dating history, there was the high part. I was in Lagos. This is when I was in Lagos and I was dating. I'd met a guy in Lagos. Very soon after I met this guy off of Twitter. Well, we didn't actually like I think we followed each other on Twitter, but then we met at a bar. Is this bar called South Socials? Is this Twitter thing, Twitter social event thing that happens.
Okay.
It's called South Socials, and it was a bar in somewhere in VI. There's a pit stop. It used to happen at pit stop. Um, so yeah, we met there and we started talking like after I just moved back. And I would say like that is one of my like favorite dating experiences so far. He was a younger guy. It was so fun. Like we would go out, we would do stuff like almost like every day. Like I was working like long hours and like
Yeah.
sometimes at the end of the day he would just text me and be like, come downstairs, like let's go out and we would go for a drink. Like that was really, really fun. Like we would do stuff like kayaking, like we would go to the cinema,
Yeah.
we would
You're always
go
keeping your dopamine up, like
very,
different things.
very
Yeah.
high dopamine activity. Like we would go
Yeah.
restaurants, we would go
Yeah.
parties. So it was
Yeah.
really, 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 really fun. I feel like
Yeah.
his dick game was good too. Let me add that part. Like
Okay.
he
Yeah.
was showing out. Like I feel like he was trying to
Yeah.
make a point. Like he was
Ah.
trying to make a point for the
Yeah.
younger guy. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I see, okay.
Yeah.
But in true Nigerian man fashion, Nigerian man fashion, I went on a trip. I came to the UK for a month, got back to Nigeria, and I basically heard that this guy had a whole other girlfriend. And yeah, that was the end of it. I blocked him, and that was the end of it. And I cried tears, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Ah. And the thing just came to an
Yeah,
end. Ah.
yeah, yeah.
Anyways, I'm a believer that something ended does not mean that it wasn't a success. As long as you had fun, why like with moments, that was a success, really. They say all
I
good things must come to an end. So
Yeah, at the end of the day has
yeah.
to end. So yeah, no, but
Okay.
that was very, very fun. Yeah.
Okay. So I have one last question for you. What would you wish that your next partner would know as regards you, like being neurodivergent, your next dating partner? Like, if you ever get to want to date, like, what would you wish they would understand? Like, one thing, one key thing, or it can be two, that's they need to understand about you.
Is to see me.
See
To
you
see
for
me.
who, like, for what? Talking like as regards to being neurodivergent. Like, do they need
To
to read a
see me,
book on having ADHD?
to see
Because
the entirety of who I am, to see my
yeah.
humanness, to see me. And the thing is, like, my biggest fear also now that I'm like a lot more vocal about my trauma, my childhood
Yeah.
neurodiversity, it's making me more guarded
Yeah.
as to romantic relationship because you know how these men are. Um, so I'm not even like looking in that way right now. I'm just like I'm just gonna focus on my life because like that's what's more important. But in the future, like if there is space for that for me, I feel like just seeing me because to me, right? And I'm gonna go back to the definition of love, as defined by Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks says love is the willingness to nurture growth. So to really love me, you have to see me, see my great parts, my divine parts, my human parts. Um, Being able to bring the best of yourself, because I am also someone that mirrors the person that's around me. So when the person that's around me is at their best, it challenges, it pushes me, motivates me to also
Yeah.
be my best self. I'm very sensitive. Um, I like to do everything at once. So somebody that can ground me sometimes, not in a negative way, but in a, okay, you want to do this thing, how do we do it? Let's plan. Let's put it
Yeah.
together. Let's put it in writing. Let's make sure it happens. Right? Um, and I'll use there's something one of my male friends did for me, and I'll use that as a perfect example here. So I have a friend and he's my raving friend. We go raves together. And he had told me, he had sent me links to buy group therapy ticket. We're gonna go group therapy together.
Oh,
Send me a link
okay.
to buy
Group
he
therapy,
bought
is
the
it the
ticket.
rave or the therapy? Sorry.
It's a rave. It's a rave. It's a rave called group
Okay,
therapy.
yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it's an actual group therapy.
So he had sent me the link to buy group therapy tickets. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll do it. And then the day of the rave comes. He's at my house. He's like, did you buy the ticket? I was like, I forgot. And he was like, I knew you were going to. I bought you tickets. Because
Wait, wait,
by
wait,
that
wait.
time,
Like that
tickets are
was
already
like,
sold out. So that when I say see me,
get
that
no, that's like, it sounds simple, but it's just like someone that gets you and doesn't fight you. Usually people are like, have you gotten it? If you don't buy it now, you forget. But then I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel. I feel.
so that's how I would see. Love is witnessing, knowing the person you have,
Yeah.
accepting them for who they are, and
Finding ways to support them.
support
Yeah.
them and
Much.
nurturing the growth of that person.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the way you listen. Nigerians are brilliant everywhere. uh,
Thank you.
yeah. So thank you so much, Ibon. Like, I really appreciate this. I love the conversation. I wish we could continue. Like, I want to like chase to more and more.
Okay.
So, thank you. I think we'll actually be stopping here. Maybe we'll take that other topic next time because I actually have another call with someone. It's supposed to be set as 4 p.m. So I need to get on that. Yeah. Thank you so much. Anything? Do you want to say anything? Like, you know,
I do want to talk to all my neurodivergent girlies out there.
okay.
All my
Yeah.
neurodivergent girlies. Like, you are so much more than the world has told you that you are. Um, Three big feelings that you need to fight. And I'm going to be covering like how to tackle these three big feelings on my podcast. I'm also starting a new
Okay.
podcast,
Okay.
speaking of girls.
Okay.
Um, so
When are you starting?
um I'm recording episodes right now. I
Okay.
haven't really
Okay. 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 Okay.
thought about like when I'm gonna put
Just
it
keep
out.
us updated. Like, we could
I know
share the
I will
link on our
share with you.
stories.
So
Like,
yes, I will share it
yeah.
with you when when I put that out. But it's targeted at girls,
Okay.
specifically like neurodivergent girls, because I am a neurodivergent girly myself.
Yeah.
What I've seen is that these are like the three big feelings that the world uses to hold us back. It's fear, guilt, and shame. Those three feelings. And I just want to tell my neurodivergent girlies, don't be scared of anybody. Nobody can beat you. If
Hmm?
they beat you, you can beat them back.
Yeah. Use the rhyme code. Wipe them for neck.
Give them. If they hold your neck, hold their neck too. Like don't breathe for anybody, right? Guilt. Don't let anybody guilt you. You did not kill anybody. Okay? No mistake that cannot be solved. No problem that cannot be solved. No mistake that cannot be rectified. And shame. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Compassion is the antidote for shame. Be compassionate towards yourself. Love yourself. You are just a girl at the end of the day.
Lost.
So, as long as you are doing your best, just just feel sorry for yourself. Just pity yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Have empathy for yourself. Rest. Don't shame yourself. You are doing what you absolutely can. And so I will leave my girlies with that. I will be going into more depth on these topics, these feelings, and these struggles, and how to work through them on my podcast. Speaking of girls, I'll be sharing that with you, spending out. But yeah, that's what I want to say to my girls. I love you. I love us.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Love you
yeah,
too.
yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bye bye. Have a wonderful day. I hope the weather gets better. No, perfect as you love it. Yeah. All right. Bye.